So there's a ton of new info that just dropped for Call of Duty Warzone Season 3, and this has got to be one of the most hyped Warzone seasons in a while because as we know, Verdansk is officially back. Now Activision is going all in on this launch and it's packed with some returning modes, revamped weapons, and even some events. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down a ton of the new info that we got about Warzone Season 3, Verdansk, and more. Alright, so as we know, Verdansk is back and it's launching with Season 3 of Warzone. It's going to officially drop on April 3rd, with Black Ops 6 content like the multiplayer and zombies launching a day earlier on April 2nd. So this means that you've got about a 24-hour free trial window where you can play Black Ops 6 if you're a Warzone only player. You can also level up weapons like the Kilo 141 and get prepped for when Verdansk goes live, because the Kilo 141 is actually going to be instantly unlockable if you open Warzone on April 2nd, because Warzone is actually going to be going offline on April 2nd in preparation for April 3rd. So if you open up Warzone on April 2nd, you'll instantly get access to the Kilo 141. The CR56 AMAX is also going to be available through the Battle Pass alongside the HDR. There's no news on weapons like the Grau or anything like that, but there is still Season 3 Reloaded, so we'll just have to wait and see. Now, Verdansk isn't coming alone because Rebirth Island is also coming back during the launch window. Urzikstan is definitely not going to be back for probably a very long time, but Area 99 is also going to be sort of taking a break for some time, so that Activision is basically going to be going pretty much all in on Verdansk, but of course you still have Rebirth Island as well if you're a big fan of that. Rebirth is going to have Resurgence quads for the beginning period, but more squad sizes are going to be added the following week. Now, in terms of modes, there's a lot going on here. Obviously, we've got the classic 150 player battle royale on Verdansk, which sticks pretty closely to the original formula from back in 2020. Same rule set, same loot system, things like that. Buy stations are also going to be back in their usual spots. You've got contracts like recon and bounties, and the gulag showers are also back along with their 3 variations. So if you were missing them, they're finally back. There's also a brand new mode called Battle Royale Casual. This one's honestly a really interesting addition and kind of an interesting thing for the more newer or mostly casual players. You've only got 28 real players per match, and the rest of the lobby, which can be up to 120 players in total, is just bots. So it's kind of like a low pressure version of the standard Battle Royale. It's basically been designed mostly for things like practicing with your loadouts, messing around with different routes, or just getting to know the map without the stress of dealing with more experienced players. And since casual battle royale doesn't count towards your stats or affect your ranked eligibility, it's honestly a great warm-up option before jumping into the main mode. It's also worth mentioning that the bots actually come in different skill levels, so some might just stand there like target dummies and others will actually challenge you with some decent levels of aim. I know some people do like to warm up before matches with bots in multiplayer in Black Ops 6, so maybe this is something you'll want to try in Warzone as well. They're also bringing back Plunder, and if you're newer to Warzone or you don't know what Plunder is, it's the mode where instead of fighting to be the last squad alive, your goal is to collect as much cash as possible before the timer runs out. You can either carry the cash or bank it safely using balloons or extraction sites across the map. What makes it fun is that respawns are enabled, so you can just keep grinding and fighting the whole time. Plus, this version of Plunder does launch with external ascenders throughout Verdansk, which is a huge plus for verticality and mobility. So the external ascenders are going to be limited in Battle Royale to the stadium, but that's just for the launch period basically. However, for Plunder, it's just going to be all over where you would usually have seen them in the original Verdansk. The redeployment balloons are also only going to be in Plunder instead of everything else from now on. I know that a lot of people really hated those, so now they are just in Plunder. Then we've got Boot Camp, which is basically like a training simulator version of Warzone. You and 11 other real players drop into a smaller resurgence size section of Verdansk, such as the Karst River Quarry, along with 32 bots. So it's basically just meant to help a newer player refine the Battle Royale tactics without jumping straight into the actual game. The matches last about 15 minutes. You still get about some XP, but it's just an easy way to get some practice in case you find the casual BR still too daunting or you want a more condensed experience just for training purposes. Resurgence on Rebirth Island is coming during the launch window as well, which is something I'm definitely a fan of. I really like Resurgence, and I do tend to play it a lot more in Warzone than just standard Battle Royale, and since it's launching just a few hours after Verdansk goes live, it gives people another strong option to rotate between the two iconic maps basically right away. Then halfway through the season, we're finally getting ranked play on Verdansk. So yes, no more dealing with Urzikstan in ranked either. Ranked Battle Royale has been in Warzone before, but it's never been done on the original Verdansk layout. Ranked is going to be for trios and will have a full 150 player lobby. You'll earn ranked SR, which means skill rating based on how you place and how many kills your team racks up, and there will be exclusive seasonal rewards depending on your final rank. The rewards tend to include so far things like skins, camos for weapons, calling cards, and more. If you're more of a competitive Warzone player, this is going to be the main mode to grind for sure. I know ranked has been a bit of a hit or miss with Black Ops 6 and Warzone this year, but hopefully some of the new implemented changes are going to be good for ranked players. There's also now console ranked only, so if you're a console player and you don't want to play against PC players, you do have the option to toggle console only. And on top of that, there are even more modes coming mid-season. One of them is a limited time mode called High Trip, which they teased just very briefly. All we really know so far is that it's going to include some kind of gameplay boosts, a special narrator on the comms, and what sounds like increased resurgence potential, so maybe faster revives, more loadout drops, something like that. It seems like from the image we saw in the Call of Duty blog that maybe this will have some sort of impact on your vision as you're playing, but we'll just have to wait and see. There's also going to be a new event in Warzone called Return to Verdansk, and this is exclusive to Warzone. So if you're a Black Ops 6 only player, just note that Return to Verdansk is going to run from April 3rd to April 15, and basically you'll be able to instantly unlock the Kilo 141, the Domino operator, and the Milsim USEF operator, but the operators are going to be exclusive to Warzone, so you're not going to be able to play as Domino or that Milsim in Black Ops 6. You'll need to explore 12 unique zones in Verdansk and find safes in each zone and then open them for the exclusive rewards, which include things like a parachute, gun screen, and then eventually the Cali sticks. You also have a rare chance of earning a special operator as well called Trailblazer for Kane. Some of the rewards will be instantly unlocked for Warzone veterans as they're calling them, so if you've ever played Verdansk or Verdansk 84 on your account, you're going to be awarded with the contrails, the parachute, and the gun screen. The event can be played in Battle Royale, Battle Royale Casual, and Plunder. Anyways though, here are all 12 rewards that you can unlock. The Let's Plan Something loading screen, the Verdansk Spomenik emblem, the Lumberjack Legends calling card, Deathly Chill Return weapon decal with Fries Please weapon charm, the Breaking News calling card, the Back Adjustment finishing move, Love for the Game spray, the Cheering the Squad emote, a 45-minute double XP token, the Shipping to Verdansk sticker, and the Wheel of Glory calling card. So this is shaping up to be a huge season for Warzone, and it could actually be a serious comeback after honestly lacking for quite a while now. But what do you all think, and what are you hoping to see come back in Warzone for Season 3? Honestly though, it does feel like Warzone is basically just going back to the way it was originally, so I guess it's safe to say that Warzone 2 was kind of a mistake because it basically feels like they're just relaunching Warzone 1. But anyways, with that being said, thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and don't forget to share this video, leave a like, and comment below what you're hoping Warzone is going to be like this time around, and if you're hyped or not for the return of Verdansk. And that's all for today, folks.
Get down, frag. Incoming storm.